Hello, and thank you for visiting the Prepared Outside of Massachusetts and Obtaining My First School Counselor or School Social Worker School Adjustment Counselor License in Massachusetts component of the Massachusetts Educator Licensure Series, often referred to as MELS. This presentation provides general information for individuals who satisfy or plan to satisfy any of the following outside of Massachusetts comparable to the initial license sought: a state-approved preparation program, an educator preparation program sponsored by a college or university that has been accredited by a national organization accepted by the commissioner, or possession of a license issued by another state that is the equivalent to at least the initial license sought. Please note that there is a separate MELS presentation for individuals prepared in Massachusetts for any of the aforementioned professional support personnel roles. In addition, the panel review for professional support personnel licenses component of MELS provides general information to individuals who have not been formally prepared but have substantial experience and formal education relevant to an initial license sought. Throughout this presentation, there will be references to finding additional information, such as guides, forms, and other websites. You can find links to these resources within the overview located directly beneath this video. Please keep the following in mind when applying for a professional support personnel license. Educators with at least 3 years of experience under a valid license from another state or jurisdiction that is comparable to a Massachusetts professional support personnel license sought may qualify for a temporary license. A passing score on both portions of the Communication and Literacy Skills test is a requirement to obtain an initial license. However, taking this test is not required to earn a temporary license. You cannot obtain a professional license as your first professional support personnel license in Massachusetts. Therefore, if you do not qualify for a temporary license, you should apply for an initial license as your first professional support personnel license in Massachusetts. Initial licenses are each valid for 5 years of employment, not 5 calendar years. And Massachusetts participates with every state and the District of Columbia through the NASTEC Interstate Agreement for school counselor and school social worker school adjustment counselor licenses. During the application process, please also keep the following in mind. The department offers the school guidance counselor license and the school counselor license at 2 grade levels, pre-K through 8 and 5 through 12. In addition, these 2 licenses serve the same function. Therefore, please do not apply for both of these licenses. Due to changes to the regulations, individuals seeking a temporary or an initial school guidance counselor license must apply and satisfy all requirements prior to July 1st, 2019. The department offers the school social worker school adjustment counselor license at all grade levels, covering grades pre-K through 12. Let's take a look at requirements for a temporary license. Individuals who have a bachelor's degree, hold a valid license comparable to the Massachusetts Professional Support Personnel license sought, and have 3 years of employment in the role of the license may qualify for a temporary license. For example, Susan holds a valid Ohio School Social Worker certificate. She was employed full-time by the Cincinnati, Ohio Public School District for the past 3 years as a school social worker. Susan is a good candidate for a temporary license. However, please be advised that an individual who failed any portion or passed all portions of the Communication and Literacy Skills test is not eligible for a temporary professional support personnel license. In addition, the department does not consider a test failed and subsequently passed as a failed test. A temporary license is valid for 1 year of employment and is non-renewable. Educators employed under a temporary professional support personnel license for 1 year have a professional responsibility to obtain an initial license before starting their next year of employment in the role of the license in a public school or other setting where possession of the valid license is required by Massachusetts law. Let's cover documents required to earn a temporary license. To document possession of a bachelor's degree, applicants should upload an official undergraduate transcript that includes the registrar's signature, verifying a bachelor's degree conferred, along with the conferral date and all coursework within. The degree must be completed through a college or university accredited by a recognized organization. Applicants who earn a degree outside of the United States through a college or university not accredited by a recognized organization should upload a degree equivalency report made by a nationally recognized agency. Statute requires a bachelor's degree. Therefore, applicants with a graduate degree still must submit verification of a bachelor's degree. In addition to an official transcript verifying a bachelor's degree conferred, individuals seeking a temporary license should upload a copy of the valid license from another state or jurisdiction, or a letter signed by an authorized signatory, written on official letterhead from the issuing authority, stating the field, grade level, and type of the license held. If you cannot obtain either of the previously noted documents, you may upload a copy of the issuing authority's electronic file, for example, a public lookup, verifying the license you hold along with the official URL for that file. Applicants should also upload a completed employment form or letter as noted on this slide, verifying employment under the license for at least 3 years. Please note that employment under a valid license is defined here as meaning employment in the role of the license in the state or jurisdiction that issued the license. Also, keep in mind that an individual who has failed any portion or passed all portions of the communication and literacy skills test is not eligible for a temporary license. In addition, the department does not consider a test failed and subsequently passed as a failed test. You can find additional information about uploading documents, recognized accrediting organizations, nationally recognized agencies, and the employment form through links within the overview located beneath this video. Routes to initial licensure exist for those prepared in Massachusetts as well as for those prepared outside of Massachusetts. As a reminder, being prepared outside of Massachusetts involves the successful completion of one of the pathways on this slide. For example, the following professional support personnel were prepared outside of Massachusetts. Peter completed an Ohio state-approved school social worker program through the University of Cincinnati. Paul completed a school counseling program through Kutztown University. Kutztown University is accredited by the National Council for the Accreditation of Teacher Education, which is a national organization accepted by the Massachusetts Commissioner of Education. And Mary has an MSW and substantial experience as a clinical social worker. She earned a license that is comparable to a Massachusetts school social worker school adjustment counselor license through the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction. This agency deemed that Mary's education and experience were at least equal to the educator preparation received through a formal educator preparation program. Due to the previously mentioned changes to the regulations, the name of the school guidance counselor license changed to school counselor. Requirements to obtain either of these two licenses are almost identical. However, applicants seeking to obtain a school guidance counselor license must apply and satisfy all requirements prior to July 1st, 2019. In addition, such applicants must have at least 3 years of employment within the last 7 years under the comparable license in order to qualify through possession of a comparable license. In fact, the requirements for all 3 licenses on this slide are very similar. Each requires a bachelor's degree, a passing score on the Communication and Literacy Skills test, possession of a master's degree, and completion of one of the 3 pathways in another state comparable to the license sought. However, applicants seeking the initial school social worker, school adjustment counselor license may earn a master's degree in social work or counseling, whereas applicants seeking the school counselor or school guidance counselor license need to earn a master's degree with a major in counseling. To document degree requirements, please upload official undergraduate and graduate transcripts that include the registrar's signature, verifying a bachelor's degree and a required master's degree conferred, along with the conferral dates and all coursework within. The testing company submits the Communication and Literacy Skills test results to the Office of Educator Licensure electronically. In addition to documenting required degrees and a passing score on the Communication and Literacy Skills test, let's cover additional documents required to verify being prepared outside of Massachusetts. Please upload an official transcript or official program completion documentation and an endorsement to verify the completion of either of the educator preparation programs on this slide comparable to the initial license sought. Endorsements must specify the field and grade level of the program you completed. The endorsement may be included on the official transcript or program completion documentation, in a letter written on official program letterhead signed by the program administrator, registrar, dean, or certification licensure officer, or on the verification of completion of an approved educator preparation program outside of Massachusetts form. To document possession of a license comparable to the license sought, please upload a copy of your credential. If you are not able to provide a hard copy, then please upload a signed letter written on official letterhead from the issuing authority stating the field, grade level, and type of the credential you hold. An authorized signatory must sign this letter. If you are not able to provide either of the aforementioned documents, please upload a copy of the issuing authority's electronic file, for example, a public lookup, verifying the credential issued along with the official URL for that file. Remember, if you are applying for the initial school guidance counselor license and are attempting to document compliance through possession of a comparable license, you should also upload a completed employment form or a letter verifying at least 3 years of employment within the last 7 years under the comparable license. Please keep the following in mind. An initial license is valid for 5 years of employment. In addition, applicants who have not satisfied the requirements to advance to professional licensure may extend an initial license for an additional 5 years of employment. The extension requires verification that you either have been employed for 5 years under the license or are in your 5th year of employment, and submission of a letter or form stating that you plan to complete the requirements for professional licensure. Educators employed under an initial license for 5 years have a professional responsibility to extend the license or advance the initial license to a professional license before starting their next year of employment in the role of the license in a public school or other setting where possession of the valid license is required by Massachusetts law. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about educator licensure in Massachusetts. Thank you also for being an educator or aspiring to become one. Your efforts are commendable and greatly appreciated. We hope this component of MELS has been helpful. Please visit other components of the series for additional information about educator licensure. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call the Licensure Call Center at 781 888-338-6600, or stop by and visit us in person at our walk-in service counter at 75 Pleasant Street, Malden, Massachusetts.